Your AI is advising your legal team, helping doctors with a diagnosis, guiding financial trades. A quirk isn't just a bug, it's a potential nine-figure lawsuit waiting to happen. The grace period for AI just making stuff up is officially closed. Is it solid rock, grounded in verifiable truth? Or is it sand? If you're a leader in any kind of enterprise, you need to know that the conversation around AI has completely shifted. The whole move fast and break things era, that's over. Now it's all about one word: trust. We are moving away from just experimenting with AI and toward accountable AI. And there's one piece of technology at the heart of it all that is simply not optional anymore. The grace period for AI just making stuff up, for AI hallucinations, is officially closed. What used to be a funny little quirk is now a massive liability. We've all had a laugh at screenshots of an AI getting a historical fact completely wrong. But that humor disappears fast when that same AI is advising your legal team, helping doctors with a diagnosis, or guiding financial trades. In a serious enterprise AI setting, a quirk isn't just a bug. It's a potential nine-figure lawsuit waiting to happen. The stakes are too high for unverified answers. And AI hallucinations in this kind of environment are not a quirk you can laugh off. We are facing an enterprise AI trust crisis. It's not a flaw with one specific model. It's a fundamental limitation in how large language models work right out of the box. So let's break down what's actually going on. There are three uncomfortable truths we have to accept about LLMs. First, they have parametric limits. The easiest way to think about this is that their knowledge is like a textbook printed back in 2022. It's completely frozen in time, and it has absolutely no idea about your company's private data or what happened in the market last week. Second, there's the reasoning complexity problem. These models are masters at sounding confident and fluent, even when the logic is completely off. They can be so wrong, but sound so right. And third, there's the problem with context-sensitive jargon. In specialized fields, nuance is everything. But these models can flatten that nuance, which leads to subtle but incredibly dangerous mistakes. All three of these limitations are what drive AI hallucinations, and they are baked into how these models work by default. For a while, the go-to fix for this was fine-tuning. But that's like performing brain surgery just to teach someone a new phone number. It's expensive, it's slow, and here's the real problem. It's a total black box. You have no idea why the AI said what it said. You cannot trace an answer back to a source document. And that traceability is the one thing you absolutely need to build real, durable trust in enterprise AI. So if fine-tuning isn't the answer, what is? It turns out it's not about making the AI's brain bigger. It's about fundamentally changing how it thinks. The solution is to separate the AI's reasoning engine from its knowledge base and ground it in verifiable reality. That solution is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or as everyone calls it, RAG. Retrieval Augmented Generation is the concept that is elegant and simple. Instead of asking the AI to pull something from its vast, hazy memory, you give it an open book test. You hand it the exact documents it's allowed to use, and you give it one direct order. Answer the question using only these facts right here. This is how you eliminate AI hallucinations at the source. The process itself is straightforward. A user asks a question. The system instantly searches and retrieves the most relevant, up-to-date documents from your private, trusted knowledge base. Then, and only then, does the LLM generate an answer that is directly and provably grounded in the evidence it was just handed. That's it. That is Retrieval Augmented Generation working exactly as it should. When you do this, the business advantages are profound. Your knowledge base is dynamic, not frozen in the past. It's instantly updatable. A new policy drops, You just add the document. Every single answer is auditable. You have a clear paper trail from the answer back to the source. And it is far more cost-effective than getting stuck in that expensive cycle of retraining models. But here's an important point. Just turning on a RAG system is not the end of the story. You cannot set it and forget it. If you are serious about eliminating AI hallucinations and building something people actually trust, you have to measure performance with real discipline. That brings us to what's called the RAG triad. Think of it as your three-part quality control checklist. Step 1 is context relevance. Did the system pull the right documents for the question? Garbage in, garbage out. Step 2 is groundedness. Is every single claim in the AI's answer supported by those documents? No ad-libbing, no creative additions. Step 3 is answer relevance. The answer might be factual and cited, but does it actually answer what the user asked? Because a perfect answer to the wrong question is still a failure. You need all three green lights to have a truly enterprise AI system that is trustworthy and grade. Once you commit to retrieval augmented generation, the next major decision is how you structure your knowledge. This matters because the architecture you choose directly shapes the kind of intelligence your system can deliver. There are two main types of RAG you need to know about: vector RAG and GraphRAG. Here is a simple way to think about the difference. Vector RAG is great for a question like, show me documents about our Q3 marketing push. It finds things that are semantically similar. It is like a superpowered search engine. GraphRAG can answer a question like, which marketing campaigns directly led to sales of product X? And who was the project manager for each of those campaigns? You see the difference? GraphRAG understands the relationships between things: campaigns, products, people. Vector RAG is for finding. GraphRAG is for complex reasoning. Picking the right one, whether that's vector RAG or GraphRAG, depends entirely on the kinds of questions your business needs to answer. Now let's zoom out to the big picture. RAG is so much more than a clever piece of technology. What we're really talking about is a fundamental strategic shift in how enterprise AI works and how companies think about and use their most valuable asset, their collective knowledge. When you do this right, you create a single source of truth for your entire organization. Your intelligence is no longer scattered across 1,000 different silos. It becomes a centralized, governed, living asset that every enterprise AI application in your company can plug into. This is not just a technology upgrade. It is an organizational one. Using a generic black box AI model is like renting someone else's brain. You don't know how it works, and you don't control it. But building a retrieval augmented generation system on top of your own proprietary data, that is about owning your intelligence, controlling it, securing it, and turning it into a defensible competitive advantage. Which brings us back to where we started. The 2026 date is not some random number. It represents the tipping point where enterprise AI stops being a nice-to-have and becomes a basic requirement for operating safely and competing effectively. Let's be clear about this. In the very near future, nearly every company is going to be using AI. That will just be table stakes. The real competition, the one that will define winners and losers for the next decade, is about something else entirely. It is about whether your enterprise AI is trustworthy, grounded, and auditable. Can you and your customers and your regulators stand behind its answers? That is going to be the difference. The final verdict is unavoidable. Building an enterprise AI strategy without a foundation of grounded, traceable, auditable knowledge is not just a bad idea. It is doomed to collapse. It is, quite literally, like building a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. So, the question I will leave you with is a simple one. As you are building the future of your company, take a hard look at the foundation you are laying right now. Is it solid rock, grounded in verifiable truth? Or is it sand?